Hi and welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about our sinker line that's coming from our full metal jacket trace and how we're rigging up the sinker onto our dangle and what should be the desired length of it. So let's get to it. Now, if you're fishing in a really sandy beach and we're targeting really big flatfish, I would always go with a thick sinker line, and I tell you why. When we're landing those fish, and if you're fishing alone, trust me, I've landed big fish alone. It's hard to land the fish by yourself. So if you want the thicker the sinker line, the better. All you do is grab the sinker, and you can land the fish by yourself. Right. So if you're fishing on a sandy beach, you can go 1.2 mils, you can go 1 mil because there's no rocks to reef you to lose your sinker. But if you're fishing in a rocky area, which is very foul, then I like to drop my sinker line down to 0.60, 0.65, depending on the area. I also want my sinker back. Lead is absolutely expensive. So let's get to it. So there's my FMJ trace that I've made. Darling, can you take away all of that for me, please?
Yes.
My 8-year-old daughter wants to fish, so I'm trying to hook her up with sharks. I think that's going to be exciting. We're going to make a video on that.
Yeah.
Landing her first gray shark.
Yes.
Okay, so what I like to do is, no matter, even though it's a sinker line, figure 8, moisten up the line. Now, to get the correct length, we can't do it without the dangle. It's so important to have our dangle. I did show you guys previously how I hook my dangle on to my hook. There we go. Boom. Bob's your uncle. There's a chair. Right. Now, the more important part. How do we know the correct length of our sinker? Guys, it's so important. Do not make the sinker line almost the same length as your trace. It has to be longer and considerably longer. So I'm making it about 10 to 15 centimeters longer. It will get a little shorter after we tie our sinker on. And the reason for that is, I will just show you now. The reason that for that is, when our dangle is onto our clip, if this is almost par of our trace, it's got very little leeway, and when this is going to hit the water, it's not going to give our dangle a chance to release, and we're going to be sitting there like sitting ducks. But if it's longer, bang, and it's out. So please remember, sinker line, the diameter all depends on the area that we're fishing, but the length, no matter if it's 0.60, 0.65, 1 mil, 1.2, at least, as you can see, I did cut it off more than 10 centimeters, but now it's about 10 with the knot, at least 10 centimeters longer than our trace. And another thing, while we're at it, what I like to do is, when you buy these sinkers, if you look at this, most of the time, this is how the sinker comes. Now, it's a bit difficult because sometimes we throw, it does not clip in properly. Also, our dangle gets jammed there. So I like to bend this a little back, like that. And if I feel that on my first cast, my dangle did not release properly, I cut off a little from this hook there. So I hope these tips help you out and land a big fish. stay tuned. We're going to be showing you our bait presentation next and landing the big sand shark that we want. Take care, guys.